Yes, people, welcome to another episode of the Analysis at Anfield podcast with your host, me, Ryan Quadra. I'm at the moment I'm not joined by any of my co-hosts. I think Cam's might join. You know, he won't be able to stay for long though, probably. But I am joined by my guy. You've seen him on Shameless FC, Beyond the 90, LCFC. Massive Leicester fan, my bro, man like Neil. How you doing, bro? You good? Even though we were
All
on
good, man.
Shameless like an hour ago, so even though I'm asking you that, but yeah, man.
Yeah, it's all good, man. No, it's good to come on again, Shane. Love being on Sarcasm TV, but we were
Big up
saying off
yourself.
camera, it's the first time we've done something like this for the first time ever. So we know it's
Yeah,
gonna be
just me
vibes,
and you
but still,
doing
it's
one
it's, it's
together. Yeah,
nice to be the first time.
yeah, definitely, man. Obviously, we've been on we've been on loads of streams together. Obviously, on Shameless, a couple of watch-alongs on this channel. I think we've been on together, but we actually haven't done any like one-on-one kind of. So it's good, this man. It's good, man.
hmm
Um, but yeah, obviously, as we all know, got Neil on. We played obviously to recap the game a couple of days ago in the cup, and also maybe a quick preview to next week's league game as well at the King Power Stadium. But yeah, we'll get going, man. Obviously, you said, Neil, that I think it's shameless that you didn't actually see the game the other day. Like, I think you were out. You said, but obviously, you said um, you have got kind of like a good overview and a good kind of review of the game from like people who etc., who were there. So, what are your thoughts of the game? And just before you get started, bro, just introducing one of my co-hosts who I said would come in. My guy Cams. How you doing, bro? You good?
You good? Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
good. I'm good.
yeah,
Looks good,
good man. I
Cams.
don't. Have you two met
Yo,
before?
I
yeah.
think,
I was
yeah,
with
I think we've met on
before as
streams and
well now.
stuff on. Yeah.
With the Q and
Oh,
A.
you've been on
Yeah.
watch-alongs and stuff. Yeah, yes,
So yeah,
good man. But
so
I
just
asked
what were
you,
your
what were
thoughts
you just
overall?
thoughts overall on the game the other day?
For me.
Yeah. So the
No,
the
not to Neil,
thoughts.
bro.
Okay. One.
Overall, again, yeah, because I didn't watch the game, which is not unlike me. The reason why is because legit, I thought we were going to go into lockdown over Christmas, so I was like, right, the
Yeah,
opportunity to see the fam, let's go and see the fam.
yeah,
But apart from that, it was kind of a typical. That sums up Leicester season in terms of general confidence is low. Attacking wise, we were good. And again, I've got people that go to the games. I've got people that I trust who
yeah,
again run the show with Beyond the 90 and stuff.
yeah,
And it's an easy narrative to say Leicester bottle jobs, but the problem was it was again down to injuries because of the set piece situation, because of just injuries, COVID. It was a multitude of reasons why we lost the game, but obviously Liverpool had a big part to play with it, and the players brought off the bench. I'm happy with the first half performance, but the thing is, Brendan Rodgers needs criticism for the players that he took off at what time. Some of our
yeah,
best players in that first half, like
yeah,
Daka and Dewsbury Hall, and these great players, and he took them off. And you're going, well,
yeah,
why? And I get it, you want to be defensive football, but you've got other players on the bench that could come in and do a job. So it was all round. It was a mixed bag of like we've said it before on Shame as well. I'm like, it's easy to go bottle jobs, and I get
yeah,
it, but it's if you watch the 2-minute highlight, it can look like that. But as you know, as you're at the stadium, when you watch a full 90 minutes, you get a lot more perspective rather than the match of the day
yeah,
highlights.
100%. Yeah. I mean, it's very hard to say. I was just getting onto that. Obviously, I've heard over the last few days all Leicester City, Rodgers, bottle jobs, but it's very hard to say that, especially when you won the FA Cup last year. You know, beating a side in the final who then went on to become champions of Europe a few weeks later. That takes some doing. So therefore,
Mm-hmm.
to me, it's very hard to call Leicester bottle jobs. Did they perhaps bottle that game the other day? Yes, but to just class them as just bottle jobs, to me, is just not right, especially what they did last year. Um, but yeah, obviously, what were there any positives you took from the game the other day? It's because I did think in the first half you were very good going forward.
Yes, so that's the main thing. Obviously, Kieran
Yeah,
Dewsbury Hall is going to got about 4 or 5 caps as a fun. We'll be saying it from the beginning. He's going to come into the team, and if Yuri
yeah,
Tillemans does move on, he's going to be the player that replaces him. Obviously, Yuri Tillemans is such a good player,
yeah.
but
He's
it's
quality.
good that we've got a backup with him. James Madison, I think he's got 12 goals / assists in 13 games. He's really in the form of his life at the moment, as you thought by the third goal. I mean, I watched
Because
it.
he's
You went,
been off form
wow.
for a while, hasn't he? Like
So
before, like in the last year,
yeah.
maybe.
So he's one of the players. If he could be more consistent, he
Yeah,
would be an unbelievable player.
yeah,
and you've probably seen it with your own club and your own player, the potential of him is really high.
Yeah.
But he's been basically had 0 and 12, and then now he's had 12 and 13.
Yeah.
So he goes through these run patches of just nothing,
These
everything,
mad
nothing,
patches,
everything,
yeah.
everything. And when you're trying to get into that England team, if you're on form, he's going to get ahead of some of them players. You're looking at Phil Foden, Mason Mount, Jack Grealish, and him, and then maybe Emile Smith-Rowe getting into that. But
maybe.
there's 5 players vying for that position, and for that you have to produce consistency. And Madison hasn't showed that, to be honest. But when he's on form, as you found out in that match, he's unplayable. He genuinely is unplayable. In terms of the other just attacking in general, Daka's amazing. Vardy is on not the best form of his life, but like 90% there. He's phenomenal for 34 years old.
Even 90% Jamie Vardy is still so dangerous and effective.
Yeah, exactly. So could have had a hat trick in that as well.
Yeah.
So there are positives to take, but defensively we are shot straight through.
Yeah.
And as you found out, a couple of pieces go missing, and the whole thing just falls apart.
Yeah.
And it's really concerning. And considering, towards the end of the year, we're just going to have to hold on for dear life because, man, it's going to be a struggle to try and get through this from a Leicester perspective, considering the 2 games that we've got after this. Which, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like does this obviously a defensive form this season? Does this show kind of maybe how big a miss Wesley Fofana is, and when is he back? By the way, when's he supposed to be back?
Well, he's not. I love Wesley Fofana, but you can't rely on one player to carry your defense. And he's 20 years old. It's a combination of problems. So it's not just him. And James Justin's going to come back from injury soon as well. He's a massive,
I forgot about him actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he's an unbelievable.
Yeah. I remember last season.
Yeah. So he's a phenomenal player. Like he's going to develop into a top talent. Can play again either wing back, either full back, and either centre or back 3. He's an unbelievable player.
I like James Justin.
Really I like him.
Yeah, he's a great. Again, if you talk to Luton fans as well and Leicester fans, we're like, oh, he's a backup for Ricardo. We'll get onto it a little bit later, but it's defensive problems are bigger than that. It's partly down to management. It's partly down to how they're trained, but also it's just not clicking and it's not happening. We're just expecting the front to get us out of games. However, you look at you conceded against a back 5 of Mark O'Brien, who isn't he's a right back. He's a right winger.
Yeah.
And then you've got Wilfred Ndidi as right centre back, which he never plays. Vestergaard as centre back, who for the purpose of Vestergaard is to bring you on to seal the game up. Put him in the middle of back 3 when you've got Fofana and Soyuncu either side. He's got 0 pace, but he leads people. So if people go, he's a shit player. He is, but he needs to play very specific roles.
I think Vestergaard's he's terrible. I think he's terrible.
He is if you're playing for 90 minutes, but if you're playing for the last 30 just to see out the game, I think that's his role.
Yeah, if you're
1 or 2-0 up and you're just trying to shut out the game,
basically, So before that role was taken by Wes Morgan, and then we needed a replacement for that. So that's the reason why he came in. And then the left of that, Ryan Bertrand, who's a good player. We've seen him a good player, but he's still recovering from COVID, and he can't run. As you found out, you can carve through that back line so easily. So, and bearing in mind, Vestergaard is 5th choice centre back at Leicester City. So again, Daniel Lamar is ahead of him. Fofana's ahead of him. Evans ahead of him. Soyuncu's ahead of him. Soyuncu went off with an injury. So again, the bottle job is the thing, but it's more of a deeper problem than we're happening. But
there's more context
to take issue.
Yeah, 100%. There's more context to it. Cams, what were your thoughts on the game overall, bro? About Liverpool Leicester the other day.
Wow. Just to start off, when I saw the lineups, I said they're going to put minimum 5 past us. Like when I saw Cometio at centre back, I said I've seen this guy in the under 23s. To put it nicely, he's not very good. He's not very. In under 23s, he gets found out. So I thought when he plays against Vardy and Daka, it's going to be a nightmare. And I was proven right in the first 15 minutes.
He did a nightmare, especially alongside Gomez as well.
Yeah, Gomez didn't have a great game, but you can't carry a 19-year-old kid at centre back who's terrible. But as soon as he came off, I said on the watch line, I think he can win this game as soon as he came off. And I was gassed when we won because I want to win the Carabao Cup. I actually want to win it. I'm not treating it as just some tin pot cup. I actually want to win it.
No, I hear that, man. I hear that. I think in terms of the game overall, like you said, when the lineups came out before, I saw our lineup and I thought, okay, few experienced players in there, but obviously, you got the likes of Connor Bradley, Cometio, some inexperienced youngsters in there. And then when you saw Leicester's lineup, I thought Leicester are 100% favourites for this. Did I think we could maybe give them a game before? Yes. But even I thought
We didn't
Leicester
have a
would win
game in
before.
9 games as well, in 9 days as well. We
Yeah.
had our previous 2 cancelled because of COVID.
Yeah, exactly. Like I thought Leicester were massive favourites before the game, and I thought they would win. Did I expect the first half to go as badly as it did? Probably not. But fair play to Leicester. They took advantage. I didn't even think Leicester played amazing in the first half. Like I've seen Leicester before over the years play a lot better than what he did in that first half. But you took advantage of our inexperienced backline, like Cam said. Cometio, Gomez, Bradley all had shockers. I thought. When Madison just got the ball, Dewsbury Hall, etc., you just catching us in transition, and Vardy and Daka running in behind against those two centre backs was always going to be horrible. And like you said, you took advantage of that. And then obviously, I think a massive turning point was when Vardy hit the post. I think if Vardy scores that, which he normally does, I think that's game over. I think even with the subs that Klopp made at half time, I think it would have been too much to come back from. But even after half time, I just thought. I thought we wouldn't. I thought we could get 2 goals. I did because, like you said, Neil, I know Leicester haven't been great defensively this season, and I still thought with Jota coming on, etc., that maybe we could. We did have enough firepower to get a couple of goals. But on the other hand, the reason why I thought we couldn't really come back is I thought Leicester would just catch us on the counter. They probably score another 2-3 minimum with Vardy on the counter attack, etc. But those changes worked. Klopp took off the 3 youngsters who were just, I thought, out of their depth. I mean, Tyler Morton, I think, had a decent first half, but he was on a yellow. Like you said, he should have got sent off. And we'll get to that tackle in a bit because I want to talk
Should have
about
been a
that.
straight red, though.
Yeah.
Sud showing
I
as
saw
well.
the
It was a
tackle
horrible
on
tackle.
Pereira. Yeah, that was an awful tackle.
Yeah, we'll
I'm not saying
discuss
no
that
one talk about it either. I know really
Yeah, we'll
talking
Referee
about
had
it.
a
tackle in a
stinker.
bit. Yeah.
Absolute stinker.
Actually, let's just talk about that tackle now, actually, because I have to admit, I said this on Shameless, and I think I said it last night when I was on an NBA watch along with Flawless, because he hadn't seen it, so I sent him a video of it, and when I saw it, when I was at the game and I saw it,
Yeah,
I thought he's a bit lucky there, but when I saw it actually on a replay when I got home, I was like, nah, this was horrible, and I think this is where our fan base kind of annoyed me in terms of I saw on Twitter yesterday, our fans admitting that Morton should have gone. Because I think anyone can see it was a clear red. But they were actually saying that Kane's tackle was much worse. They're still trying to make it out like Liverpool were kind of the victims about this. But really, Morton's tackle for me was miles worse than Kane's. Do you agree with that, Cams?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
The
I thought
way
it was miles
Pereira's
worse.
leg, his leg was planted, wasn't it? Or his foot was planted.
If you, I've linked his post recently as well. If you just bring that up, one thing he's just released again. This is just like in the last hour or so. After coming, but after it could be a season-ending
ACL.
tackle.
He's just been out for a very long time as well. He was out for a very long time.
But what could be an ACL, which he's recovering from. So it's not an ACL, but it's a injury.
It's a long-term
that can put him out for pretty much the rest of the season now. So that's again a massive player for us gone. And again, I'm not with these young players. I don't mind. He shouldn't be doing a tackle like that, but I'm not hounding him. I'm hounding the referee for making the wrong decision. Do you know what I mean? It's like a referee can't stop Kane doing that kind of tackle, but you need to go right.
You need to punish it.
Get off.
Yeah.
You've got to get off.
You need to punish it exactly.
He should have been sent off.
I mean, that tackle for me was much worse than Kane's, in my opinion. And I know, Neil, you compared it, and rightfully so, because we were talking before to Pickford's on Van Dijk in terms of it could have resulted in a similar injury, and it was a similar tackle the way he's gone in and it's hit his knee, etc. Like, do I think it's as bad as the Pickford one on Van Dijk? No, but it certainly draws a lot of parallels with that, I think.
But we're talking about what's it called? A like 95%, because like an 80% or 95 to 85%, it's still like a really high bad tackle. And that one was just, again, it's really disappointing for me because the last thing we needed was more injuries because of the season we've got as well. So it's going to play a factor, for sure. Ricardo's a phenomenal player. Really is. He's one of our best. And he's one of the best. So, yeah, it's really, really just stupid, that kind of thing. And how it wasn't punished. And that was a massive thing for me. And it's, again, I'm not trying to put it down to this why I lost, because the thing is, if Minamino doesn't put that away in 95th minute, we're coming through. Leicester in the quarterfinals, sorry, to the semi-finals. It was very close. The fact that we lost out on penalties, so it wasn't like we were completely storming the game, and like we bottled it against Tottenham when we were 2-0 up and we lost 4-2. 100% bottle. This one lost on penalties, and penalties, as you know, Ryan, can go either way.
Yeah, 100%.
Literally, it can go either way. And
a lottery at the end of the day.
Yeah, and who missed the penalty? One of your guys missed a penalty.
Minamino missed one for us, and I think it was Thomas and Bertrand for you guys.
Yeah, it was good saves. The first Thomas save, Thomas save, Keller was a good save, and Ryan Bertrand was a poor penalty. But it shows you again, he's lacking, he's low on confidence,
he's match fitness,
and you could just tell his head was down as he was walking towards it, and everybody was going.
Vardy take one? That's what I need to ask. Why wasn't Vardy
injured? He's got an hamstring problem as well.
That makes sense then.
Yeah,
because even that shocked me. Because obviously I didn't know he was injured, but when I was at the game, I was saying to my dad, I was expecting Vardy to step up any time. When he didn't take the first, I was like, okay, he's going to take the fourth or fifth. When I didn't see him take one, I was like, surely he's got to be injured or something. Because Vardy's he's your regular penalty taker, isn't he?
Him, and if he's off, Tielemans.
Okay, right.
So they'd be our 2 penalty takers. It's probably the third one is Madison, but we don't really have to go to that too much.
Yeah. I'll just flick through some of the comments. Big up Bainesy, man like Bainesy saying
he's gassed because Rafinha's apparently going to Bayern. He's gassed, isn't it?
Is it?
Apparently, yeah.
Is this in January?
In January, apparently he's got 50 million.
Right, is that like official?
It's from a credible source. I'm seeing a Brazilian source.
Right, that's a bit of a surprise, that, to be fair, but it's a very good move for him.
50 million is good.
Yeah, 50 million.
Yeah, I think 50 mil for Rafinha is fair, to be fair.
It's about fair. It's probably more on the expensive side. I'd say 35, 40, but 50's, I mean, he's not been, last season he wasn't incredible. This season he's been great.
Yeah, I mean, I do really like Rafinha. I think, because I still think he's quite young as well, so I still think 50 mil is probably a good price for him. I think any more than that probably gets a bit kind of like too expensive. But I'd say 50 mil is probably fair.
25, so he's still got coming to his prime.
Yeah, I'd say so. Ahmed also, my boys Kamzi and Neil, happy late B-Day. Big up yourself, Ahmed. Cheers, man.
Yeah, big man, Ahmed.
Also, big up Black Diamond, who says, Merry Christmas, all like, share, subscribe, support one of the best channels around, guarantee quality on a consistent basis. Big up yourself, bro. And Statman saying, you Liverpool fans thought you were going to get him, lol. To be fair, did I ever have any faith in
your team's in 10th. Relax, man. Relax.
But also, with Liverpool, you're linked to everybody every season. So,
I mean, we were linked with Patson Daka, and then you got him.
I wanted Patson Daka, but when Leicester signed him, I was like, no way.
He's so quality.
He's good. He's so good. How much are you getting for again?
The fact he's managed
22. You should have been all over that. Yes, but do you know what? When we were linked with him, I'm relatively realistic, but I'm like, we ain't getting him. He's too good for Leicester, considering we've got a main striker in Jamie Vardy, and he's going to be his backup. And he's great. He honestly is so. He's signed on a 5-year contract, and Leicester have put him on big wages. And we know what we're doing in terms of signings. So he's phenomenal.
We played Salzburg in that friendly, and I just watched him. I was like, yo, this guy's quality, man. Like, ridiculous.
Do you think that about Minamino as well? Because he played against 4-3 Salzburg, right?
Yeah, well, Anfield. Yeah, he scored that goal. Yeah, but I don't think he played in that game. I think that was Haaland.
Yeah,
it
was
Juan.
Well, this one day we beat 4-3.
Yeah. We were 3-0 up and they came back.
Yeah, 3-0. I like that game. 3-0 up. It was Haaland came off the bench. Minamino scored. Yeah. I think it was Juan.
Juan, because he chopped Van Dijk. He sent Van Dijk.
That were Minamino. I think Juan chopped Van Dijk.
It was Juan, and then Minamino scored the
Minamino scored one, and Haaland scored the other. But also introducing another one of my co-hosts. I've been doing shows with this guy for the longest. Still, my guy's saying, "How you doing, bro? You good?"
Welcome. What's going on?
Yo.
Hey, Merry Christmas, everyone, man. What's going on? I don't know if you
What's
can
good,
peep the shirt.
Zane?
Can you see the shirt? Can you see
Oh
the shirt?
shit, that's cold.
That's cold. That's
Jeez.
cold.
Come on.
That's cold.
Are you dumb, bro?
Yeah,
Come on,
that's
shout out
hard.
Red.
That's
Man.
hard.
What's going on? Hey, Neil, you know I love you, bro. I think you're absolutely brilliant, mate, and it's good to see you. But I'm not having it, bro. I'm not having it, bro. Bottle job FC, bro.
Nah, bruv.
Nah, Neil, I'm not having it, bro.
Let's talk. Let's talk, bruv. Let's talk, innit? Let's talk.
Let's chat. Now, Neil, come
Let's
on, man. Come on, I'm so happy to. It hurts
Yeah, it's
me.
good to see you again, man. But let's
Yeah,
talk.
man. Do you know what I mean? It's always great chat, but Neil, you can't be 2-0. I'll allow you, right? Because 2-0 is a very dangerous score in football. It was early. Do you know what I mean? But 3-1 at the half. Talk to me, Neil. Chat to me. Come on, bro.
Look at that back line, and you've brought on Jota, you've brought on Firmino, and we've got our fifth choice centre back, a CDM, and a left back who has got COVID. Now you tell me, and then we've got Marco Brighton and a 20-year-old.
I'm not gonna hear all of that. Do you know why? Because you're the team that walked onto the field. We had a bunch of pre-adolescent kids, and your team included that of Tielemans, Madison,
not defender,
Vardy, like
not defender.
No. Okay, defending, I get it, but then at the same time, we had Nico Williams as right wing. We had like our back for our defense was
and we put 3 past you.
Cometio. So this is what I'm saying.
Cometio, I don't want to talk too much about Cometio, man.
Well, this is what all I'm saying is, yeah, this is why I've been trying to go back to Rodgers. I've been trying to say this to bare people. Like Stevie G never lost us that league. Rodgers lost us that league. Rodgers is tactically inept. You don't at 3-1. I don't care how.
That's harsh. You won in the FA Cup last year.
We've actually won stuff. And where we were is levels. It's easy to run that narrative. I've just talked about it, Ryan. It's easy to run that narrative, and also Leicester is in a very different position to where Liverpool and the ambitions and stuff were.
The comparisons are different. I get it, but like all you gotta understand is like all I'm saying is like in that Chelsea game, people forget we didn't need to win that game. All we needed to do was draw that game. And then we go and we beat Crystal Palace. Do you know what I mean? And then we go.
Newcastle.
All we need to do is draw with us against this one, and penalties is anybody's game.
No,
so we could have. It's true.
I hear that, but at 3-1, even at penalties, I would have felt like, bro, you just shut up shop. He was still trying to play the same game in the second half, knowing the subs that we brought on. You just shut up shop. You make it a dead half, and you lot were still kicking ball. Like this is why I was like, bro, you're kind of playing into our hands, and I felt like he did. If you really, for someone at 3-1, you just go, guys, especially because we don't have an adequate back four. If we did, I would allow you a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? We don't. So all men behind the ball, and you just grind it out. You didn't play like that. You didn't play like that, and we scored like 3 worldies. And I'll be like, nah, listen, like, what could you, bro? You were playing exactly the same ball that you were playing. So then for you to say, yeah, but you brought on Jota, that negates it because he should have seen that and been like, yo, lads, actually, no, fullbacks, no, stay back. Like, man just went, yeah, it's cool.
Fullbacks. A 20-year-old. And a player that's not even a fullback. He's a right winger.
You know, I hear that, but this is what I'm saying. Then you get more.
Then who else is available, bro? Look at my bench. You'll be able to see there wasn't anybody else.
Was Vardy playing?
Yeah, he was playing at centre back.
He was playing at centre back, innit? So you didn't have.
He's playing right of a centre back.
I just felt okay. In terms of personnel, you may have a point, but in terms of playing style, you still have to adapt. This is what people are pamming Bielsa for. I'm like, hold on a second. Like
my thing is, right, be honest, I think Ryan's, when I've been on the show just before this as well, I've said that Rodgers got his tactics wrong. I've come out and said that Rodgers got his tactics wrong. He shouldn't have taken Dewsbury Hall off. He shouldn't have taken Vaca off. But it's not just blame all on Rodgers. There is a middle ground to it, and it's COVID is a factor, and the injuries are a factor, and Rodgers is a factor.
I'm being very sensational. You know that, obviously, that like it's not as black as white as I'm making it, and you're very right. But we're on YouTube, and people are here for the shits and giggles, isn't it? So nah, I'm only messing. But like, do you know what I mean? Like, I do feel like he had a very large part to bear on that. Adding with the other things, and I hadn't heard you say that. I've heard you say that now, so I'm good. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, I've mentioned it multiple times. It's because what it is. Me and Ryan have done a show about on Shameless just an hour before this, so we don't want to keep covering the same subjects again and again.
That's why I was thinking. I was listening. I was like, "Where did he get?" Okay, I got you. Back to the host with the most. Hey, Cam,
Of course.
by the way, walk one. Guys, sorry. Listen, just to let you know, innit, I'm supposed to be doing present unveiling with my 3-year-old. So if I have to dip, I'm
cool. Don't worry about
I
it.
have to love on this festive.
It's all good, man. It's all good,
man. Come on.
But yeah, don't worry about it, man. But also, I actually wanted to ask Saint and Cams this actually. Is Liverpool's academy shit? Because
it's not shit, but it's not great.
When I deep it, we do not bring good talent through. The only one I can think of over recent years is Trent, innit? Obviously, he's come through and he's made it. He's a baller.
Curtis Jones is
Harvey
Elliott.
Nah. No, but Harvey
Elliott's not our academy. We got him from Fulham.
He's not actually come through the whole systems. But Curtis Jones has. Maybe he could be the next one. Maybe. But then Harvey Elliott, like you said, he's a bit different. The way we got him. So when I think you look at the likes of Kumetio we're bringing through, Bradley. Does our academy have to is it actually good? Because I'm seeing Leicester bring out good talent, very good talent.
How many started 5-10 years ago? It's FSG that's the problem. They need you to invest in that.
Exactly that. Pretty much exactly what Neil said. Number 2, I think it's defensive talent that we struggle with. We have some pretty good attacking forwards. Even Trent. Do you know what I mean? In terms of
Trent's the only one I can think of over the last few years that's come through and really done his thing.
I wasn't a fan. To be very honest with you, I don't think there's a lot. This is one of my things as well. Like, how many in the way the game's set up, how much youth can you have? Do you know what I mean? When you look at it, how many teams are sitting there with like 5 youth players? No,
it's not at the top level.
Not the elite level. No team.
Exactly. That's not how it's played. As long as you have 1 or 2, and which we have, which Man United have, which Arsenal have, that's just how it is. Do you know what I mean? And then
the teams like Bayern do, like Musiala, players like that.
Exactly. So I get it. I hear a lot. I hear that a lot. Like people are like, oh, but who did you bring for your youth and your youth? I'm like, bro, like that's not how the game's panned out.
You know, just buy the best youth. If you're at the top level, just buy the best youth player from somebody else.
Yeah.
Wait till Chelsea can't fit anyone else. Just buy their youth and then just turn. You know what I mean? Like it is.
Well, they did that and they got 4th.
Exactly.
But doesn't it worry you that when we do play youth, the ones we're bringing through are the likes of Kumetia, who it's just obvious they're not good enough, really, are they? Even though he's only played 1 or 2 games, you can just tell, like Cam said, because Cam's watched him a lot. Like he said in the under-23s, that he's just not good enough to make that step up.
I just feel like I said, I don't know what it is, but I think it's more maybe our defensive coaches in that. Because you look at Billy Kumetio, you look at Reece Williams, you look at
even Reece Williams, to be fair to him,
was I quite liked, and I hated it when we sold him. However, when we sold Keanu, I quite liked him.
I liked him to Wolves in that, but generally speaking, they don't tend to be great. Whereas, like, if you look at like Balagizi, if you look at Curtis Jones, if you look at like I said, like our forward players seem to be all right. So I don't know if maybe
really. Do you actually think that though?
Yeah, we've got Harvey Blair coming through. Trust me, Harvey Blair's
Harvey Blair. Like honestly, if you look at our attacking, I think it far surpasses our defensive side. Do you know what I mean? And I
hear what you mean.
There might be maybe we need to go look up what we're doing defensively in those lower ranks, because the level of defenders we're churning out, not good. Even Tyler Morton, like his defensive. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just
he's good on the ball, but defensively
yeah, like, and I'm finding that for a lot of the youth that are coming up, I'm just like, what's going on? What are they being taught?
Where are they ranked in like the under-23s as well? You should be. Do you know what I mean? Because I know that Crystal Palace is good. Ours is pretty decent. Ours is all right.
I think Blackburn's decent, isn't it?
Yeah, Blackburn's decent. Yeah.
Chelsea.
Even Fulham's not bad. Chelsea, but I wouldn't be able to. That's a good question to be found. I might have to go look that up to see where we rank.
Because I know for like women's football, you guys are in the Championship as well, so it shows you that the Premier League is all they care about.
It's all literally it's all
first
eggs
11,
in that
yeah.
basket.
They don't
You know
care.
We're
what I mean?
10th.
It's
We're
like-
10th
Just
in
remember
The
the
thing
first
is,
11,
it's
man.
worked out so far. But my thing is, I said to Ryan, I'll be honest, I was like, I thought you guys weren't going to make top 4 because your squad's getting older. You were relying on certain players to kind of get you out of trouble. I don't know how Kanate is going to be. I thought that what's his face? I thought that Van Dijk was not going to hit the ground running. I thought you're going to have major defensive. Trent doesn't defend. Robertson does defend, but not that great. So that's why I said you guys weren't finishing the top 4. Obviously, I was wrong, but at the same time, that was my decision for that. And there's no they're just relying on, okay, Klopp, you can just figure it out and get us through. There's no backup plan. There's no, if there's an injury, there isn't really too much else that I'm like, all right, compared to like a Man City or a Chelsea.
Man
where
City.
like,
I think not even a Chelsea. I think Man City are the main example. Where it's just
you've got a bench of just studs and like amazing. And you're lucky that Salah hasn't got an injury, that Mane hasn't got a long-term injury. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these things that will get you out of trouble. So that was my reasoning, and I don't know how long, because I think Klopp is papering over the cracks.
Yeah,
Klopp's fixing a lot of this together, and this is not like, and I'm not being bitter, just being realistic. Where I don't know how long you keep this up for, because you're going to have to expand the squad, but your owners are tight.
Yeah, I hear that. That's the biggest worry, especially when Klopp does eventually leave. Do I think he'll leave in 2024? I actually think he will, unfortunately. But the day he leaves, obviously we got Michael Edwards who's going as well, who was also a major part of our success as well in terms of recruitment, negotiating, etc. So that's a big loss. So we just have to rely on probably the right manager being appointed again, to be fair. But it's hard to find a lot of managers as good as Klopp, to be fair. That's the problem. I'll just get through some more of the comments. Statman saying Rafinha, I think he chose the best German manager in the world. Shameless.
I chose the easiest league in the world. That's what he did.
Yeah, shameless, bro. I think he's talking. I think Black Diamond's talking about saying here. He's also saying, it was very one-dimensional thinking and tactics by Rodgers, to be fair, and that he needed to change tactics.
And you know me, I've criticised Rodgers about tactics all season, especially defensively. It's not something new. I think it's just because I've used the channel. But the thing is, it's just this is how it is in terms of the way it is with Leicester City. I think we'll come out of it, but obviously with all these little issues, it's not helping anything. But Rodgers does need to take the blame for sure.
Yeah, I hear that. Lion Sniper says, I just want to wish all you guys a good Christmas this year. I've struggled through times, but you guys have made it better, and I don't think you guys realize how much you help people. May God bless all. Big up yourself, bro.
Big up Lion Sniper, man.
Hope you have a good Christmas as well, and I hope things get better for you, bro. We're always here, man. Also, Black Diamond says, United's academy has been shite for a proper minute. Yeah, all I can think of is really Greenwood, because you looked at like certain players they've brought in.
Rashford.
But even Rashford wasn't meant to be like that guy.
I know he just had there was a space, but that's the same with
they had so many injuries at that time that they had to bring him in.
Trent, Bukayo Saka, Rashford. Like sometimes that's just how the youth get into
Mount.
You know what I mean? There's just a space, and then boom, they solidify it. We move on. It ain't. You know what I mean? Not everyone's.
Also, Mensah was supposed to be a big.
He was loaned everywhere, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was supposed to be a big thing coming out of their academy, but now he's at Leverkusen. I think they bought him for like $1 million or $2 million.
Yeah, they got rid of him. Yeah, I can't think of too many people in the United academy that was like, they're coming through.
Yeah,
Greenwood's the only really one.
They're the
same problem. They got big problems with them.
Tyler Blackett,
remember them.
Players like that coming through.
Yeah, they were bringing some right trust through.
He was terrible.
Yeah, they were bringing some right trust through. But Nick, obviously you said you could go anytime, but I wanted to get your views on the actual game overall the other day as well. Obviously, Neil and Cam's and me have already discussed it, but what were your views from a Liverpool point of view about the overall game from us?
Firstly, I feel like all of this nonsense about this cup not being as important and all of this bullshit needs to stop. Like, for me anyways, personally speaking, it needs to stop. I'm not hearing none of it. I felt that it was utterly disrespectful. I know it was a bit like Neil said in terms of what you have available with COVID and all of that, but it was 1 or 2 kids too far. Like, you would really.
Klopp's always done it though.
Nah,
new.
but it stops. No, I hear that, but it not always. If I to his defense, not always in a quarter-final, bro. Like not always in a quarter-final.
A lot of the time, we don't even make it.
You say quarter-final, it's 3 games in.
When I saw the lineup,
Bro,
3 games in.
bro, exactly.
When
like,
I saw
come
the
on,
lineup,
bro,
I was fuming.
It was like I was fuming, bro. I nearly didn't watch it. I was like, if
when
I
I saw Leicester's lineup as well, I was like, yeah, I'm pissed.
I started
We went
shitting
for it.
myself. And then 15 minutes, I said, oh, here we go, bro. Like I said, we're going to get slapped. Like it's ridiculous. It stops. I'm sorry, because when I'm going back and forth with Man United fans or anyone, I'm hauling out I'm dusting off every trophy to add to my collection. So then how we then sitting there saying, oh yeah, but you know, the Carabao Cup isn't important. It is important. It is important. Like it is. And he needs to sort himself out.
I mean,
and to be very honest with you,
I think that's
and I love
FSG, bro. I
Don't
think that's
get
FSG going,
No, I think
where's
it
the
is.
money? I ain't interested.
You know what pisses me off? Do you know what pisses me off? Is that he will play twice a strong team
in the Champions League,
dead rubber Champions League game,
yeah,
than you will against like seasoned opposition in a quarterfinal. Yeah, you're taking the piss.
it's a
bro.
joke. That pissed me
It
off.
is a joke, bro. It's an absolute joke, and
I think you're being told from higher ups.
You know what? Yeah, and I think you're right, Neil. I do think you're right, and it's ridiculous. But I love the fact that they got two things. I love the fact that the game panned out as it did, because obviously then it forced his hand. And secondly, just depending with the Chelsea game before it, definitely at least the second Arsenal game, I think he will now fix up a little bit. And think,
yeah, I think he will.
I think from that, do you know what I mean? And I would be.
You can't lose to Arsenal. You can't
Not
lose
even
to Arsenal.
Two legs.
It's not even.
Yeah, you can't lose to Arsenal over 2 legs.
Well, it's not.
I know
even
he beat us, but still,
it's the manner of the team that he puts out,
Yeah.
bro. Like
the intention that's shown.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like I know that the Chelsea game is literally 3 days before it. The first one, the second one, they're gonna get panned because we've only got.
Well, we actually get quite a few days rest because they announced the dates of the game today, and the 2 legs are actually on Thursdays. So we actually get a good break between the
6th of January
Chelsea
and the
game,
13th of January.
So we get like a 4-day break between the Chelsea game and the Arsenal game. Then we got like Shrewsbury on the weekend.
Yeah, Shrewsbury. The second game they're gonna get absolutely moved to. They're gonna get moved to because like we have enough. The second game, I expect to see a super strong lineup.
Obviously, Salah and Mane aren't going to be there because they're at AFCON, but I'm not being funny. I still think over 2 legs,
Jota, Firmino,
we should have enough to beat Arsenal.
Minamino, it's calm.
Yeah, now they're going to get.
And Origi will be back.
The thing that I was saying to my Arsenal mate as well, which he was like, "I'm happy we got you because of the disrespect that you show, and you might field such a young team." And I said, number one, I explained basically what I explained to you, but the fact of the matter is that that period is so overly congested for everyone.
Yeah.
And I was saying to him, and I was reading his line, I said, bro, I'd be very surprised if you filled a first in, you know what I mean? Because you can't. There's games 3 days before it or 4 days, 3 days after it. It's peak, bro. So yeah, man.
We've got Man City on the 26th, and then you guys on the 28th.
Yeah, Leicester's is mad.
We've
done the 26th. We don't done the 26th tomorrow.
You could be Chelsea, bro, because they've got City, they've got us, they've got Tottenham, they've got
Chelsea have a bad one in January.
They have a bad one in January. I'm not even gonna lie.
Chelsea are out of the title race by the end of January.
I've known this. I've said this from time. I've known this. I've been quietly like, okay. Sorry, going back to your question though, in terms of how the game panned out though. I just felt that it was very clear what Leicester's game plan was, and they perfected it in the first half of the first half brilliantly. I think
they took advantage of our weaknesses so well in that first half.
I think that they were aided very, very well. I mean, we played.
You didn't help us big time.
The Madison goal is an absolute screamer.
But
the Gordon pass in the corner, just absolute, just.
It was Bradley, wasn't it?
Bradley. Sorry, yeah, Bradley. It's just we literally just played into your hands.
I mean, like you said, Nick, you made that point earlier on about Klopp's lineup before the game, and I think your point is completely backed up by the changes he made at halftime, by taking the 3 youngsters who were just, out of their depth and bringing on experienced players.
But this is what I want to say in terms of your point, Ryan. Why? If you actually feel, was it a pride thing? Was it we're not going to get pammed that much? Because if you actually want to, like, you know what, we don't want to come out of this competition. We do actually want to be here. Why start so?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Why go so? Why have to change it? What I was a bit surprised is I thought maybe he'd be like, it is what it is, stick his heels in and be like, do you know what I mean? It is what it is, and we move on. But for him to change it,
we've been weak. We've been weak all season, defensively especially. So we were there for the taking, to be honest. As you found out, we were there for the taking.
So disrespectful to you lot. That lineup, like, is just so disrespectful. Me, I just thought, and I'm so glad now on hindsight that we've won the game. I'm glad it panned out how it did, and I'm glad you lot like actually like there needs to be repercussions for Klopp for these things, and you were that. Do you know what I mean?
And it was lucky though. The thing is, if it goes to penalties, it's anybody's game.
Yeah,
it's anybody's
game. I
game.
don't get why you brought on Konate and Jota. I really don't get it. Like, if you didn't want to start them, why bring them on?
This is what I'm saying, Cam.
It's very confusing.
Why are you doing that?
If you would have started them, I think we win that game.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say that. If you would have started the team that started the second half, I don't think, no disrespect to Leicester, Neil, but I don't even think it goes penalties. I think we win in normal time.
It doesn't. I don't even think
we're weak. We're weak.
I don't even think
you're there for the taking.
If we had
someone like Shameless
every
year, every since the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, bro. You kill the game in the half and then bring on the kids.
Yeah, you should work the other way around, yeah.
Kate was great as well when he came. I'm not gonna lie.
Kate was amazing when I thought Kate was the best player in the pitch.
Is he going AFCON?
Yeah, he's going AFCON, bro.
I had to big up Jota as well. Like, Jota's low-key having a good season, you know. Low-key having
Jota
a good season.
I actually prefer Jota.
What's low-key about it?
Say again? Just because like no one's talking about him, innit? No one's talking about him.
No, they are. I said people talk about Jota.
Yeah,
people not talk about Vardy. That's how you know people talk about Vardy.
Yeah, Vardy's having a low-key good season, but I'm not seeing like many mainstream accounts like talk about Jota too much.
You
know what, Cam, you know what they do. You know, I've been seeing
100% doing
that.
To be fair,
I've seen a couple of things, man. You see the thing when they were. Oh, can I say something as well? This isn't exclusive to you by any means. We've had it with Newcastle, we've had it with Arsenal, we've had it with pretty much everyone that we've slapped around the corner. But I was so happy considering all of the chants that go
feed the Scousers,
that. Like it's pretty like as I'm a Scouser and I'm an African. Imagine like that hurt my soul. Like, you know.
So we were talking about this because we were like, A, there's only a few of them. B, we're like, you guys are dumb because we having similar fucking food bank problems in Leicester. You go to any LE postcode, you can find the same problems. B, I'm just like, I see it's just like for some reason that's acceptable, but racism isn't. And I'm like, well, if you really compare it, they're not that different. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. But one is considered acceptable because if you're like feed the black people or feed the brown people, that's not acceptable. But feed the Scousers is. And again, like it is, a minority of fans are doing it. But in the same way that, like, for example, remember a couple of seasons ago when Hamza, a massive Hamza Chowdhury fan, but he came on, he tackled Salah, and then he got loads of racist abuse online. It's not representing Leicester fans, but at the same time, it's like, come on. Yeah. But I'm not going to say all Liverpool fans are like this. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
Every fan base has that minority.
Of course. There's idiots in every group, but it was quite nice to see Jota telling them to fuck off after he scored the win, and I just
shush and fuck off.
Get in there, you absolute G. But in all honesty,
standard football, though, isn't it? Yeah. Vardy's not doing that to you at your end. He's just doing
Madison, it. Vardy's picking up the thing, playing guitar. That hurts me to He played the guitar,
man. That was the 3-1. That was the 3-1.
Yeah, Madison did some jump celebration in my eye line, so it happens, man.
And they did that. They tweeted that afterwards. They tweeted, "Oh, it's the best atmosphere." Like,
bro, he done the windmill, if I remember rightly. He done the full.
Yeah, he did it right.
He
He's
did.
a prick, bro.
Yo, the TikTok they posted a TikTok with a song saying "Save Your Tears" after the Beatles 3-1. Like, there was a mocking at the Leicester TikTok account.
Yeah,
Leicester
have done it a couple of times. Do you remember on the way to winning the title? There was a disgusting Vardy goal against Mignolet. It was like 35 yards.
Oh, yeah. That's the best, one of the best goals ever scored.
Oh, my God.
That actually second best goal he's ever scored.
It was awful. It was so... I couldn't believe he done the audacity. I said, Leicester, they've been a thorn in our side a couple of times. I'm not going to lie, man.
Also, it's been Jamie Vardy. Let's not forget, Jamie Vardy's a thorn in every top 6 team side. He's unbelievable, and people don't really give him as much prop as he's actually due. He's going to break into the top 10 of all goal scorers of all time in the Premier League. If he gets, I think, another 20, 30 goals, then he breaks into that. And he only started at 27.
Who's the guy? Who's Terminator's nemesis? T-1000 or something?
Yeah, T-1000.
Yeah.
That's Vardy. That's Vardy, bruv. I'm telling you. See, when he starts, you're 36 years old, brother. What are you doing, bruv? Like, nah, he's a machine,
34.
bruv.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean, though, bruv? Come on.
Man's got a diet of Red Bull, you know.
He's 44. In footballing ages,
mate.
he's 44. Do you know what I mean?
Man's on the Red Bull diet, and he's like,
bruv, he lives off ham and his diet is of a 13-year-old boy. Ham and cheese sandwiches and Red Bull and coffee.
Probably. And yeah, bruh. I'm gonna say plus. It's crazy, bro. Crazy's flying, bro. Nah, shout out Vardy each and every time, man.
No, that's what I mean. I've heard Jota prep. I've just not heard enough respect put on Vardy's name, and that's why I'm like, well, you got to give him preps because
he's a Premier League.
When Kane's not doing it,
100%.
Nobody's talking really, and nobody's really mentioning how much Kane's flops. Okay, people are mentioning Aubameyang of recent, but nobody's mentioning. Like, if you look at the top scorers who you expect to be there, Salah's obviously one of them. You're expecting Ronaldo to be up there, he's not. Lukaku's supposed to be up there, he's not. There's quite a few players that you're expecting before the season starts to be up there. Salah's the only one that's really turning up of them, and Jamie Vardy's another one. Jota, kind of. Nobody expects him to do as much numbers as he is, though.
And it's the consistency, bro. That's what's killing it. Vardy's consistency levels from beating the record when he came in, 11 goals, 11 games, or something, and he's just kept at it. Said,
even Salah on the run couldn't do it. Even Salah on this amazing run couldn't do it.
Yeah. It's
that record is stacked on, you know.
Better goals, bro. Better goals.
Oh, that's a mad record.
Van Nistelrooy broke, wasn't it?
And he did it in a title-winning season as well.
That was against United as well. I remember the commentary.
Sorry, bro, I didn't hear you.
No, I said he couldn't do it on the run, but better quality goals, though. Do you know what I mean? So.
No, it was so sick. It was 13 goals in total, though.
No, it was
13 goals. 13 goals in 11 games. And the thing is, he didn't. The 15 the 15. I didn't even know that Salah equaled. I didn't even know that was a thing. Because
I didn't even
know that was the thing, and I was like, all right, cool. But the one we care about is 11-11 because that's what we got the Guinness Book of World Records for. So that's the one we care about.
And it just seemed like when it got to like 8, like when it got to like 5, you're like, I can see him slowing down. It got to like 9, I said, no, this guy ain't slowing down. You know? This guy just looks like he's a machine.
11 is heaven for Jamie Vardy.
Yeah, I remember that comment.
One of my guys, the Leicester grab, he's actually called his podcast. It's 11. It's a heaven for Jamie Vardy. He's got his own podcast, literally named after that. I was like,
I respect it still.
Yeah, I'm gonna put probably like on my tombstone. I'll put like corner taken quickly. There's a couple things that you know what I mean that you're just gonna, you know what I'm saying, like you're just gonna have to just, you know what I'm saying, like you have to, man. I respect it.
Should we move on to the preview in a couple of days' time for Tuesday?
Yeah, we will, man. But just a quick question. I just wanted you mentioned Jota. Do you guys think he's probably better on the wings than down the middle? Because I've had a problem with him down the middle in terms of his hold up, link up play, back to goal play. Whereas when he's on forward, he's able to play.
I actually disagree, but I think they say I agree with what you said, but now I'm starting to be like, nah, bro, you know what? What you're doing in the middle is actually techie, bro. Like,
but he was on the right the other day.
I like him on the left. I'm not gonna lie, coming in off the left.
I'm not gonna lie, right? Yeah, he actually, the fact that this is why, because Cam's like, I like him on the left, I like him on the right, and I'm like, I like him through the middle. But that's exactly what we've got him for. You know, them ones that free different having three different opinions. He's ambidextrous. He can shoot with his left. He can shoot with his right. What foot is he? What's his
both footed? I think he's right foot.
I don't even know, bro.
His right foot. I'm guessing because he's comes off the left, innit? So I'm guessing.
But then you say that, yeah. You say that, yeah. But then he's sitting down Ramsdale with his left, like calmly, and then slapping, and you know what I mean? Like his movement. I actually feel like don't sleep on the work in which he does. Like as a centre forward, don't just box him into the left because I do think he does great work and that's his favorite position, but. He's a beast, bro, and the numbers prove it. Do you know what I mean? Like the numbers prove it. Yeah, we still need another forward. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying he's the be all and end all, but I have no problems when them lot the R2 wingers go to AFCON to have him in the middle, Minamino or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes I actually feel a little bit more secure with him in the middle, down the middle, than I do Origi.
I prefer Origi down the middle. I can't lie. I do. I think he just stronger, holds the ball better at times. I
His
just don't like
hold-up
Jota's
playing
hold
is
up play,
better,
man.
but you can't tell me that sometimes Jota's movement, his bro, he's 5 foot and a fart and has got like 6 headers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bro,
Nah,
it's
his
the
heading's crazy
Portuguese,
for a
the
small guy.
Portuguese genes, man. These Portuguese genes for headers are
Well,
mad.
I'm telling you, you can't be that short and just be good in the air, bro. Your movement is he knows where the you know what I'm saying. Like his strikers
He's
now,
got elite
it's
movement, you know.
serious,
He's
bro.
got elite movement.
Elite movement, bro.
Nah, I hear that. But yeah, like we said, obviously we've just done a recap of the game the other day. But obviously we do play each other. I think it's on. Is it on Tuesday? Is it
28th? It's the 28th of December.
Is it? Yeah. Is that? Yeah, I think it's a Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah. So obviously Neil, I know we'll go to you first. I know I think you got City away on Boxing Day. I really hope you do a job on them. By the way, we all do.
We tenderize them up nicely for them, though, man. We tenderize them up nicely, bro. City gonna move to them now.
Just demoralize them.
Bro, I've been demoralized all season. We've
man.
got pammed quite a few times.
Do you have any hope for either the City or Liverpool games of getting something?
Not really.
Which do you think you're more likely to get something from?
Yeah, that's a good question. Which one do you if I was to tell you you are going to get something out of one of those games, which game do you reckon it would be?
Probably yours.
Yeah,
most likely.
I'd say I agree.
And it won't be 3 points; it'll be a draw.
Do you think
like
you're at a big disadvantage in terms of now our game on Boxing Day got cancelled, that we have extra rest for that game?
That's bullshit, man. Klopp comes out whinging like he does, and then they just cancel the game. That's fine. But when we've got a bad injury record, oh no, that's fine. You can play against Man City. And then
it is bullshit because Leeds have an outbreak, but we don't have an outbreak, so we should be able to play them. Because from what I've seen, it has to be like both teams that have like COVID cases and outbreaks for it to get called off. But like only Leeds have an outbreak.
But also, your bigger teams have the pull. They can decide when they want to play games or not. Legit, that's just kind of how it is.
No, you say that, yeah, but like for us, it's not all rosy on our side, you know.
Oh no, I don't agree. I know what you mean, but it's still when it comes to a bigger team, there's no coincidence that Klopp comes out and says it. Oh, we can't play 2 games away. We can't play 2 games away, and then he gets cut off.
No, it wasn't on us. It wasn't like it was our side. It was Leeds. If Leeds could play, and I mean this with all respect, due respect, it's Leeds, isn't it? It's 3 points in the bag, bruv. It's not like it was your game. Or
especially now,
you know what I mean? Now. It's Leeds, bruv. Like, so it's more, to be honest with you, points on the board for me are better than games in hand. And now I'm actually thinking, flipping hell, man. These are gonna go 6 games, 6 points ahead. And I would rather just slap up Leeds, bro. Like I'm being like, and I'd rather say it from. I don't know if every Liverpool fan's like that.
But then, would that make us tired for Leicester then, in terms of would that put us at? Because Leicester is going to be, I do think it'll be a tough game.
2 days later.
Yeah, exactly. And Leicester, it will be a tough game. So part of me would actually think will benefit from the extra rest.
With the way Leeds are, I don't think we field our strongest team for Leeds. I think we hold that for Leicester, if I'm honest with you. And I think like there's
Van Dijk and Fabinho back in it for the Leicester game.
Exactly. And I feel that we'll be fine. Leeds aren't scoring hella goals, bro. They don't score as long as we
Rafinha Central. Rafinha FC.
Yeah, plus we're going to get a couple in it. We would have definitely got a couple against Leeds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I mean. So it's like I wasn't really that bothered. I think actually we would have been able to have sorted out both. I'm actually more pissed that we can't play this game, to be fair. If it wasn't Leeds, I'd probably be like, yeah, cool. But it's Leeds, man.
Yeah, I hear that, man. But Neil, what kind of lineup do you think Rodgers will go with against us? Because obviously you have got that City game 2 days before. Does he have any option but to go with the same team in both games, essentially?
But we don't know because of the number of injuries we've got at the moment. Now Ricardo's out for like pretty much the season now. He's done from that challenge. Just looking at we've got no Harvey Barnes, no Danny Ward, no Johnny Evans, no Soyuncu, no Ricardo. No Soyuncu. No, he went off. That's one of the reasons why we dropped levels. We were playing all right defensively. Soyuncu came off, Vestergaard came on, and then the whole performance dropped.
What happened with him? What was it?
Injury, hamstring.
Oh, hamstring. Because I was going to say Soyuncu.
He's got hamstring. Right. Jamie Vardy's questionable. Lookman's got COVID. I don't even know, man. Whoever's fit will just be able to play. But even then, you got 2 games in 2 days against 2 big sides. We can't go toe to toe because we're just gonna. If we get any more injuries, we're done. We are
All right,
done.
Neil, do you reckon, and I don't know why I'm asking you because you don't set up the team, but do you reckon there's any thought on Rodgers and the board? Like, listen, like we said to you, which are you more likely to get points from? You said us. Do they field a lesser team for City because they know they're going to get thrumped anyways, and then try and maybe? Do you know what I mean? Do you see what
I get what you mean? I get what you mean. I don't even know.
Or do you reckon they just say, "Fuck it, we just go as hard as we can for both and just whatever"?
Rodgers will go hard. Yeah. Rodgers will go hard. So you know what he's like. You guys know. He doesn't know. He just knows how to just go hard and play this kind of same kind of football, and it's frustrating. But at the same time, I don't blame him because there really isn't any other option. There isn't another option because we've not got a squad for it. Our academy's okay. We're going to try and bed through some of them, sure. But this season, pretty much you'll see in the next couple of seasons, in terms of injuries, I mean, again, James Justin's coming back from an ACL. He's a massive player for us, but he's gonna take some time to come back. Farner's coming back soon, but again, he's coming from a leg break and an ACL as well. Well, not an ACL, but some kind of like ligament tear, and that's a big thing as well. Johnny Evans has got he's got a injury. He's got a plantar fasciitis, so it keeps playing up every so often, which is why he's not playing. Soyuncu's got a hamstring. It just feels like this season is dead and done. Not quite. We can always do something. Huh?
And then in January,
even in January, man, because you can't just throw these players back and go get on with it. Because
but this is what I'm saying. But in January, you've got all of this, and then you've got the added stress of Europe as well. It's like,
Europe should be fine. We've got Conference League. That's my thing.
More games though, isn't it? It's just more games, more traveling.
Yeah, it's just write this one off. I'm just writing this season off, I think, because I can't see a positive. It's just vibe. Trust me, I've been on vibes for a while.
I know you have, it's just man. Like, yeah, I know you have. But obviously you were talking about injuries. What is the situation with Vardy at the moment? Because he's the player that I do fear the most. Obviously, Rodgers came out and said he didn't take a penalty the other day because he had a slight hamstring knock. Will he be fit for both City and Liverpool? Is he fit? Do you know?
Yeah. So just looking at that again, two more players. Daniel Amarty's at AFCON. So he won't be. Napoli's Mendy's at AFCON. Hamza Chowdhury's out as well because of COVID. Jamie Vardy has complained of a tight hamstring. So make of that what you will. I think he'll be okay, but again, if he's got a tight hamstring, you can't play Jamie Vardy in both. So it's two. It's 34. You can't play him in both. So you have to kind of introduce him as a sub or play one for like 60 minutes, then get Daka on. But we've got up front, we're decent. You've got Harvey Barnes. You've got
you've got Iheanacho.
What I'm saying, Neil, right? Do you play him for City? Or do you play him against a team that played a high line and you could actually put balls in behind? Do you know what I mean? It would make more sense for me
to do kind of play a high line.
We've moved past playing balls offline though. We don't really do that. And also that requires Jamie Vardy to be paced. Jamie Vardy ain't got the pace like he is. He picks his moments to go. He's not that kind of person. You're going to do that, you have to get Daka on the pitch. And then you got to bring on Iheanacho. Daka and Iheanacho will make a front two. So that's the thing. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, in terms of the only firepower.
Yeah, Tielemans is still a massive player for us. Yeah. Madison is on form. So it will be them kind of things to try and dig us out. But as soon as you get past Tielemans, it's like playing against your defense. It's a free-for-all. It's a genuine free-for-all. Who's going for who? No organization. But we've just got to make sure that. And then again, Didi normally plays in that firefighter role, but because he's not there, he has to drop into centre back. That role, as you know, with Fabinho
last season, bro.
Yeah, if you take him out of that midfield, you lose so much. So it's the same problem. If you take him out of the midfield, then you in the centre back position, you lose so much in that CDM role that just cleaning up all the little fires. So that's why I don't have too much faith. But we move. We'll see what happens. Leicester could be frustrated. I've seen everything, man. I've seen us win the league. I've seen us win the FA Cup. I've seen us get relegated. I've seen us go into administration. I've seen everything, man. Sorry? Yeah, it's quarterfinal Champions League. Yeah. So anything's possible with Leicester. But this is one of the seasons where it's like, yeah, this ain't looking good. And we're just going to have to damage limitation at the moment, whatever that is. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see because I'm not sure. Because I can't give you an answer because it's changed day by day. And let's face it, COVID's still here. COVID's still ready to go. Yeah, so any of these players could be out once again.
Yeah, you're right. It's not like something that we've just gone over and that was it's still very much. Do you
I
think
hear
you'll get
that.
any help in the January transfer window, Neil?
No, we don't buy in that.
Nah.
No, we don't buy because we get good deals in. Of the last 2 seasons, we've bought in 1 player on loan. Yeah, over the last 2 seasons, over the last 4, we've bought because people panic buy and we do our recruitment right, so we don't do it in January. The only time we'll do is we'll get in a loan player or something, and it won't be great. I think the only player we got is Ryan Bennett over the last couple of years. It's not been great. We don't do business in January, but we might have to just because we just need some players that we just need we need Robert Huth back, or we just need somebody that will go, right, I'm taking control, I'm headering balls out the box, because the set pieces, I don't know if that was the issue yesterday, we are terrible from defending. I don't know if you managed to see that. Set pieces, we are the worst by quite a bit. I think.
Actually, I thought you defended set pieces okay the other day because we got a lot of corners, especially in that second half. We were getting so many, but yeah, we didn't really score. You were getting them away still. Mind you, our deliveries weren't too great from them, to be fair. But obviously, Nick, I know you have to bounce in a few minutes, but I'll just get your thoughts quickly on the game on Tuesday. Your thoughts going into that. Are you confident for the game on Tuesday?
Generally speaking, right? I don't think that you get 2 dubs, one in the cup, one in the league, whenever you have these type of fixtures come up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I thought we'd win in the cup and lose against you in the league.
That's exactly what I thought. Exactly as well. And so I'm a bit like, I said this, I was like, there's no chance we beat Leicester twice in a week. Like, it just doesn't really happen. However, there's a lot of mitigating circumstances for that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And so with that, and I do think that is a big asterisk. I don't want to I want to give Leicester the respect that they deserve. Do you know what I mean? Because it would have been a far harder game had their team not been as decimated as it is. And it's mad hearing man talk about NDD chat and having to put him in the center. Bro, I literally nearly woke up in bad sweats. Like, this sounds like my whole of last season. Fabinho, it's crazy. So I know.
That's why I'm writing this one off.
It draws so much parallels with us last season. It's crazy.
And we had an injury crisis last season, but what was massive is James Justin could play multiple positions. He could play wing backs, he can play full backs, he can play left and right. So at one point we were playing Wesley Fofana against Leeds, Wesley Fofana through the middle, Christian Fuchs to the left, and James Justin to the right, and we managed to win 4-1 against Leeds.
Yeah,
this is why I wanted to play them, bro. Now you understand why.
I get it. No, I agree. I agree with you. But one you lot, because we need a rest as well.
No.
I hear that, man. I hear that. But quick question, Nick. Do you think we'll win the Carabao Cup?
1000%, bro.
I love the confidence there. I love the confidence.
I've been telling
We'll beat Arsenal. We'll beat Arsenal.
Bro, listen, bun Arsenal. We're winning the cup, bro. Like, I've been telling, man, we're doing multiple cup. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want my day at Wembley. Like, we're doing it. Like, I'm telling you, I didn't know which at the beginning of the season. I didn't know if it was going to be, and I'm not saying that we were going to win 2 cups, but I knew we would go far in, and that's a big statement for Liverpool, as Neil himself has said, because we never go far because we never give a shit. But I knew something was going to change this year. I knew it, and I was like, no, we're doing something. I don't know if it's going to be FA Cup. I don't know. And to be very honest with you, now I think we'll win this cup, and I think we'll do dog shit in FA Cup. I don't care. With
Man City gone, now's your best chance.
Oh yeah, with Man City,
this is their cup.
Yeah, of course. It's recency bias. It's actually our cup, but I hear what you're saying. Like, I know what you mean.
Well, it's Carabao, so it's
no, but it's our cup. Like, you know what I mean? And now
how many times have been on the? Yeah, I know what you mean. I think there's 4 teams. Well, we're one of 5 teams that have won all 4 trophies. I think as well. So it's like you guys, Man United, Man City, Chelsea, and us. So even North London ain't done what we've done in terms of winning the league.
They haven't, have they? They've only done it. Oh yeah. Right. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's heritage, man. It's heritage, and I want it. And I'm sorry, like, if we lose, you're not gonna hear me give it. Oh well, it's only that. Nah, man, we're winning this.
It'll piss me off if we don't win Carabao Cup now. It'll piss me off.
Yeah, it'll piss me off as well because we're gonna hear it from someone. it's going to either come
Oh,
from
it's either going to be
Arsenal,
Arsenal,
Tottenham, or Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? It's
No,
not going
no,
to be
it's-
like Sunderland or something that we don't. Like,
Yeah, it's
gonna
not someone
be-
who we don't care. It's
As
going to be
somebody
one
that's
of those,
outside the top 6, as soon as it goes to the top 6, I'm not bothered. I genuinely am not bothered. If I want to root for like a small, like a Wigan back in the, the 2010 kind of thing, that's what I want to root for. Now it's just like, oh, same one of the
glorified
people.
Premier League game, isn't it? Like, it's just,
Isn't it?
yeah.
That's all it is.
That's a good way of summing it up, to be fair. But Neil, who are your favourites for the Carabao Cup actually?
Listen, guys, just before you start that, my little one is literally looking at me because I've got to go and open the presents. Hey, guys, man, I had to come on and show some love to my dons, man. Have a very, very good festive period.
You too,
man.
You guys, man.
You too, Matthew.
And
Neil,
Neil,
see you again.
Bro, listen, I'm gonna hit you up in the DMs because we're gonna do something for the Premier League game if you're up for it, man, on my channel.
Sounds good.
Ryan, you know I love you, bro.
Big up, Maggie. I love you too.
Yo,
bro.
listen, gang. This new Ryan, yeah. This new Ryan,
it's confusing.
I like him, bro. He's calm, chilled, relaxed. Don't give out no flagrant like some just out of nowhere. It's like he had Tourette's. Selling shit. Like now he just holds it down. You can have real one-to-one chats with him. He'll listen, bro.
Cigarette.
Bro, you're the host with the most. You know, you come a long way, and I like it, bro. You know what I mean? I like it.
It's only because I got to host the show, though. I'm still the same on all others that I'm not hosting. You should, Neil.
Oh, swear down, you're still a shit.
Yeah,
Neil.
It's called Shame. Yeah. Oh no, Saint's been on. He's been on before because he's been on when.
I have,
oh yeah. Before you go, Maggie, I have to say, right? Remember the show that Egal was on and Babs was on?
I wasn't
he was talking about it, how he wasn't chatting, how he wasn't getting gassed. Can you come on the show? And because I couldn't find the episode because I can't remember when it was. He was there going, "Oh no, I wasn't getting gassed." Bro, you have to come on and be like, "I was only on that episode, and you, man, you were smoking crack because you were all over the shop." And it wasn't just Egal; it was both of them.
No, it was. And like, I remember Egal tried to do up, what's it called? Oh, woe is me. And when we do a little bit,
then you'll be sorry. Like some,
like, I was like, no, shut up, it's banter, man. Relax, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
then you'll be sorry. You're like, why
is it that when Arsenal have a little bit of progression, no one wants to put any respect on our name? Shut up, shut up, bro. Now listen, guys, I gotta go. But I love you lot. Listen, guys, hit the like, subscribe, and all of that, man.
And subscribe to Saint LFC TV as well, people. Make sure you go to Saint's channel and subscribe there, man. And subscribe to Neil's channel as well, by the way. And subscribe to Big Six Fans because obviously Mon's Saint here as well, so subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to all the Mandem's channel, man. But big up Nick as well. But yeah, obviously, Neil, before we go, just your obviously we previewed the game on Tuesday. Just a quick kind of summary of Leicester's season so far, and also where you stand with Brendan Rodgers at the moment, because I know over the last few weeks on Shameless, you've kind of, I think you've been like kind of edging out into have you been losing faith in Rodgers maybe a bit?
I'm middle. That performance against you guys was a perfect example. Yeah. Partly his fault, partly injuries. He's made the wrong substitutions, but it's not his fault entirely. It's up to the players. Do you see what I mean? So it's the easy narrative of Brendan's bottle jobs. Well, yes, but not exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where I stand on it. Where we do the thing is, for part of that game, I know it was against a weakened Liverpool side. We were playing good football. We were genuinely playing high intensity, good football. We ran out of steam. Yes, we did, but there's something there. There is something there. And if a manager comes in, there's still them problems. There's still COVID. There's still injuries. So it's not so people that are telling us to get rid of them. But then I understand other people that have gone, well, why are we losing to why are we getting knocked out of Europa? And I was like, I don't have an answer for you, but you're right. Yeah. Why are we losing to or why are we drawing to Burnley? You're right. But so I don't know the answer. It's just kind of vibes it out to the end of the season and see what happens.
I hear that, bro. Do you think Rodgers may have reached his ceiling at Leicester, possibly?
I see what you mean, but the problem is with us, you had Klopp lined up. Now, when you've got Klopp, get rid of him. Sure, we will have a plan in place.
Yeah.
But it won't, but we will get rid of him. We will get rid of him at the right time. So, for example, Brendan Rodgers was the equivalent of Klopp. where you were vibesing it out, and then Klopp was that level. Now, if Klopp goes on a bad run, do you go, oh yeah, get rid of him? Because it's like, well, no, this guy's achieved a lot with us. Like Brendan's
he did
done with
last
us.
season, didn't he? He went on a bad run last season,
Yeah.
and we all still stuck by him. Obviously,
Yeah.
we knew there were excuses for the bad run of form as well,
So
like with Rodgers as well.
But it's also what I disagree with Flawless, but he goes, oh, we'll sort it out when we get there. No, man, because you see what happens with Wenger. You saw what happened with. It's not as easy as just going, oh yeah, we'll sort it out. These processes take time, and from a business perspective, you can't just make a decision and see what happens. You can if you're Man United because you got the squad, but you can't do that with Leicester City because we went from Ranieri and we knew that squad wasn't going to make it out because we go, right, these guys have had that one season. Let's try and rotate and build. And bear in mind, it's a completely new team now to the team that won the league, as it would be at every 5 years you change. And we've had a different philosophy in place. But Claude Puel was Brendan Rodgers under you. People didn't like him, but he did a very important job in bringing in new players and changing the philosophy for the next guy to take it and run with it.
To take over,
So that's where we are with him. And we're at kind of, yes, we have fallen down a little bit. But now that, again, I don't want to be in the Conference League, but after I've calmed down, I'm going, look, man, can we just go and win Conference League?
Yeah.
Don't care about anything else, but just go and win Conference League. We're good enough to win it. We're a decent team. We want a trophy because we've not had a trophy. We're
European
trophy. But that will go away in keeping some players going, look, we're capable of winning a trophy. We're capable of doing this. Yeah. So it's not ideal, but that's what I'm thinking. Premier League, I mean, we're still 9th. We're on 0 goal difference. I think we've lost 6, drawn 4, lost 6. It's not horrific, but it's not good.
It could be worse. It could be worse. Yeah.
And we're 9th because this season's not. Do you see what I mean? So that's where I'm at the moment. It's a real weird one, man. Because normally, you know me, I analyze it. I talk about this, talk about that. There's not an answer. And all the answers have downsides. All the positives have downsides. So I don't know where to stand, man, to be perfectly honest with you.
I hear you, bro. I hear that. But yeah, I think we'll close out the show there, people. It's been a good one. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Good job hosting, man. You're being good.
Oh, cheers, bro. Cheers, man. You're a sick host as well. I've seen you on your channel as well. Make sure, by the way, Neil, you want to plug your channel, socials, etc., man. You got anything coming up?
Yeah, if you want, getting coming up. I'm not sure. Oh, actually, coming up, I'm going for the Liverpool game. If anybody's interested, I'm going on Don Robbie's show. So make sure to tune into that. So I'll be going and doing a live stream there. Not looking forward to that. That's going to be a bloodbath. But get the opportunity, take it. So yeah, I'll be doing that. Much love to Ryan. Beyond the 90, we've got men's content, women's content, all round Leicester City kind of stuff. So, but specific to Leicester City here. So, but yeah, shout out to my guy Ryan. Make sure you go follow him and do all that lovely stuff as well. And just keep this up, man, because it's going really well. And vibe, it was really easy going.
Yeah, cheers, man. Obviously, we do a lot of streams together. You see it on Shameless, man. We got a good vibe there, all of us, to be fair. And yeah, I see the content you're doing on your channel, bro, and it's great still. You're growing it well. So make sure you go subscribe to Neil's channel, people, Beyond the 90 LCFC. And we'll close out there, people. Big up for tuning